All right, so I'm very happy to see such a big crowd of investors and startups today. Startups less, investors more, which is a very healthy balance, I would say. So we have gathered today here because LatBAN, together with LIAA as partners, we are organizing startup investment sessions and mentoring sessions in which we are training startups to make better pitches so they're more prepared for pitching to us, to the VC funds, and also in the later stages when they're trying to expand and go globally, right? Because if you know how to explain what is your project about, you get the attention of the people, you get their interest, and then only then you can start talking about the business case. Today we will have 4 prospective startups pitching. One by one, we will call them out. We will have investors also joining us online and listening. And the session program is very simple. Each of the startups, they are called here. They introduce themselves and the project. They pitch for 5 minutes. Then 5 up to 7 minutes is the questions. And then the next one comes. And after we do the wrap up, is the unofficial networking. Investors can ask questions either online or live. There are people who are online. If you have sound system problems, please write in the chat because our operator Marco is on the watch to make sure that everything is working perfectly fine also on your side. And if you have a question, you can feel free to raise your hand. Then we'll be there on your screen, and then we will give you a voice to vocalize what you want to ask, and everybody here, the auditory is going to hear it. The presentation, you can watch the speaker here, and you can watch the presentation there or there, whatever it makes you feel more comfortable. And now, without any further ado, I would like to ask our chairman of the board, Kirill.
Thank you, Christine. Once again, good evening. Oh, Latvians, so not an evening. What can I say now? You know that presenting to LatBAN, startup founder is not pitching only to local angels. First of all, LatBAN is connected to all Baltics Angels Network, and especially our closest friends, S-BAN, Estonia, and LatBAN, Lithuania. Once again, startup founder is presenting not only to angels. We also have on our call guys and girls from local and abroad venture capital funds. So today we're welcoming 2 our closest friends, Dima Mikhailov from Tilda Wave and Liz from Dream Ventures Helsinki. Yes. Who want to start the self-intro first? Please, ladies first. Are you ready? Give us a second. We are struggling with some technical issues.
No, sorry, I think I was muted as well. I don't know.
It works.
It works?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'll give a quick introduction about us. So I'm from Estonia. I'm based here in Tallinn and from Dream Ventures. And we're an early stage VC and we're focused on scaling B2B, B2C companies. And we're looking for this, what we call consumer and community component. So mainly we like software businesses, marketplaces. We don't really invest in hardware. And we have 5 partners, 2 in Tallinn, 2 in Helsinki, and 1 in Munich. And now we just started investing from our second fund of 55 million. And we are mostly focused in exactly like Baltics and Finland, but we can also invest in other European countries. And from our side, I'm now trying to look more closely into the Latvian ecosystem. So I'm very happy to be here and see all the companies that are presenting today as well. And yeah, we do see it round and their ticket size is from 100,000 to 1 million. So yeah, we can go in quite early. So yeah, that's more or less about us.
Thank you. Dima?
Hello guys, I'm Dima. I'm from Kaunas, from Latvia, and we are deep tech early stage research-based fund. Our headquarters is in London. We are only 2 partners with mathematical and financial background. And we are doing deep tech, water treatment, zero CO2 emission, lithium batteries, some electric vehicles, autopilots, and data centers. We believe that robots will take off the job from the humans, and we bet on it and invest in this trend. We invest in next level, what people will do after the robots take their jobs. It's fintech, mind health, and of course, educational technologies. We are very early stage, but we are actually not the classical fund, because we like family office of two co-founders. We have background in startups. We started like entrepreneurs in California. We have a company which provide cloud supercomputer calculations. That's why we are in deep tech. Now we want to open our second headquarters in Kaunas, or maybe in Vilnius, and start investing in Baltic startups. I'm now invited to be a member of Latvian Business Angels Association. It's great pleasure for me to be involved in your activity, and I'm happy to be here and to listen to people.
Thank you so much, and it's worth to mention that this summer Dimas Fund has exited with an 8-digit result from their latest, let's say, latest hydrogenic energy startup, salt to zero area. So this is the guy who worth to be listened to.
And Deniss is asking that in the chat for contacts as well. So we're gonna leave them afterwards, I think.
Yeah, we will give you all the necessary contacts. So let's start. I would like to call on the stage Tutumapp Deniss Makedonskis. By the way, all the startups presented today are from Latvia, because we are proud and we want to see what is going here. And about Tutumapp, Tutumapp offers automated wealth management advice based on your risk profile. And it's a digital advisory solution backed by AI, which helps people and financial institutions easily invest.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm delighted to be here. My name is Deniss, and I am co-founder of Tutumapp.
I'll do the
Yes.
presentation. We'll have a picture and open it for you.
So, our aim is to help people to invest in a smart way. And our business is to deliver investment advice to everyone and provide them investment management services. Okay, and what we see on the market. So there is a growing interest to invest on stock market, but brokerage firms offer securities trading platforms, but they are too complex for novice investors. You don't load and don't want what to do next. And novice investors will always have a question whether to buy Google or Apple, whether it's better to buy bonds or invest in crypto, whether to buy now or later. So the investing is stressful and require more time and financial knowledge. And people always need investment advice, but they cannot get it. Traditional banks and asset managers do not offer advisory service to retail clients. They prefer to charge high commission rates to contact clients offline, face-to-face, and expect substantial amount to be invested. So they are still focused on wealthy client. And there is a huge gap. And we are here to solve this problem. Next slide.
Christian, is it possible to make it work? Please.
Right or left Yes, okay. And so our solution will bridge the gap between ordinary people who want to save money, to save and invest in the financial markets. We know that clients have a simple question: where I have to put my money to work it for me, and don't worry about the process. So our solution will solve this problem. Our solution help you to open account in a free, fast way on your mobile phone and get investment advice in less than 10 minutes. And then we will offer you strategy and investment management services that fits your financial situation, goals and needs. In terms of market size, the market size is huge, and we see that share of banks' deposit in Latvia remain high. So billions of euro placed in the banks. Financial institutions in Europe manage more than 30 trillion euro of clients' money, and third part of it from retail clients. Robo-advisors already, asset under management already exceed 10 billion of US dollars. So there is a huge opportunity, and we want to be a part of it. We're considering to kick off with a B2C model. B2C model requires us to obtain a license from the regulator, and we will earn and we will charge only management fee from 35 basic point to 50 basic point per annum. No deposit fees, no hidden fees, no brokerage fees. So we have a great product. We have a scalable model, and it could be expanded in other European countries, and we have a great team. Our team consists of highly motivated and experienced people. So we all have more than 10 years of experience in banking, brokerage, quant research, software development. And we are looking for 350K. So we need financing, first of all, to finish development of our product. Secondly, to obtain license from the regulator and launch the product on the market. And we see that we can reach, after the first year, 20 million of euro asset under management after the product will have been launched. So if you would like to be a part of it and help us to change how people invest money, so you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Great. Maybe we start with the questions. Should the people who are asking go closer to microphone or just ask from the audience?
Yeah, everybody from the audience can ask because this mic is long distance, but speak loud, not like a mouse.
Yes, I'll try to speak as loud as I can. Thank you for presenting. I have only 3 questions, and 2 of them are related to your product and business, and the third one is to business model. First of all, I still cannot get an idea. Are you doing trading solution or just advising solution for people?
Advising solution and portfolio management solution, all in one.
However, could the customer trade using your application, or it should be from brokers?
He only trusts their money to us. We offer to client one of the strategy which fits his goals, financial situation, investment horizon. he choose it, or maybe he can choose another strategy and then pop up money, and we will manage his portfolio, make rebalancing, make withdrawals, deposits. So, but he can trade there.
So it's a kind of trusted
Right.
management for private wealth, let's say, for
but
part of the
for-
portfolio.
yeah, but not for wealth. Of course, we are glad to see among our clients, millionaires, yes, but focus is on client who has 5, 10, 20 thousands of euro and who can't, who have no time to invest by himself. So, and, but who has enough savings and start to invest on stock market.
Thank you. Next question. You know that do a marketing of retail services for retail clients in financial field requires tons of licenses. What kind of licenses are you going to obtain? For what geography, what locations, and for what type and kind of customers and exact services you offer?
Okay, we will require to obtain license from regulator here in Latvia or in any other state within European Union. So, and it automatically give us opportunity to sell our product in France, I don't know, in Italy, in Estonia. So, and this license, actually there is two types of license. One is only to provide advisory services and asset management services, but not hold clients' money and assets. And the second one, bigger one, also give opportunity to open accounts and hold securities. So two different types of licenses. Of course, for us, it would be better to get this the second one. Yeah. And
thank you. Final question from me. You are asking for 350,000. What kind of milestones are you going to achieve? When? And what will be the next foreseen fundraising round?
We are going to continue develop backend. We already have application. Yes, what client can download it on his mobile phone. Yes, but we need an agent. Yes, where we make all the calculation and securities accounting and so on, and client registration and so on. And for this backend development, we need another 9 to 12 months. Now in the team we have only one developer, our business partner Dmitry. Probably we will require one IT guy who will help with this project. And at the same time, I'm going to focus more on on getting this license, on cooperation with the regulator and legal offices, because I understand that we need some expenses, some advice from law firms.
Thank you, Deniss. Now the next one on the stage.
I have a question.
One more question.
Raising hands.
Let's see the question. Or maybe you can ask it out loud, Ivan.
Unmute. Yeah.
I can ask me while they're reading it. Where does your algorithm comes from?
It's actually based on Markowitz model. So it's this research was done 50 or 60 years ago, and it's quite simple. I can go in details, yes, but we analyze historical data, volatility, performance, and build portfolios taking into account what the performance this client expect, and how much he, what is his risk profile, and how much he want to risk. So, and taking into account volatility and basket of, and when we compose this portfolio, we see what the volatility could be in the future, and we offer such portfolio to the client. So, based on historical data.
Okay, you analyzed time series, and some projection about time series of performance of each instrument. But in the period of high volatility, like now, for example, the markets models doesn't work, and it's point of view. And the second question, it's about the where can you take the historical data? Because providers of historical data, they do business on this projection, like Reuters or Bloomberg maybe. And where is your niche? Because you are in the middle of historical data providers, which they sell the projection about these data. And in the another polus, there are brokers and asset managers, classical and neobanks. They also provide these services. Where is your market? Where is your niche on this huge market? This market is huge, but it's very competitive.
I completely agree that it is very competitive. And regarding the first part of the question, our strategy is passive investment. So what does it mean? That client do not worry about current volatility. Yes, if he decide to invest to invest in a longer term and to add regularly, yes, it's so this volatility doesn't matter in the longer term. So maybe he will invest some part of his savings now, and in 1 year will be minus 20%. But then he add and.
But Robinhood is already have this solution. Robinhood have this solution. What's your secret sauce? How can you compete with Robinhood, for example?
We want to compete with the traditional asset managers who do not offer online onboarding, do not offer these advisory services to high net worth individuals, but do not offer it to retail client. So we can offer this product and get this part of this pie, yeah, for ourselves.
Okay, thank you all for questions. We need to go further on, so
Okay,
others have time as well. But thank you, Deniss. And I'm happy about the questions. Please don't be discouraged to ask them. I just want to also keep up with the time so everybody can speak. So the next speaker is from Distantrace, with very perspective surname, I would say, Agris Ameriks. It's the one and only, right? And Distantrace provides a new way to build and participate in sports events. So there's an innovation for both sport organizers and the ones who actually enjoy games. We all enjoy games, right? We're big kids in the end.
That's right.
So just this one. Yeah.
Right, thank you. And my name is Agris. Thank you for the introduction. And I'm presenting now Distantrace management. I think the presentation will be soon here. So we are sport event B2B SaaS platform. So we are not organizing events. So we are giving platform for others, event organizers to use us to create events. And I'll start with the. So I think it doesn't work or it works. I'm not sure.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
Just I think click on the PDF so it works. No, click on that. Yeah, I think. Click there.
Just click on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, yours.
It's slow, I would say.
That's right. So we are a team of two co-founders. In the picture there, we have finished just 100 kilometers canoeing. So still happy, still friends. So it seems like it's good time for co-founders. And we have 4 employees in Riga office, and we have developers all around Europe, in Netherlands, in Ukraine, in Georgia. Yeah. So the problem that we are solving, to organize an event is pretty hard. If you're organizing an event for your family, it's easy. You take paper, write down all results, who has done how many kilometers, and that's it. If you're organizing something very bigger, for example, for a company, then you use Excel for that. And basically that is how it works in regular companies. If somebody organizes events, sport event for employees, they use Excel, they ask for all the employees send in screenshots from their sport apps, and they calculate all the results, right? But when we look further, if you look at team results, team competition, department competition, activity validations, it doesn't work. Excel doesn't work for that, so there we step in, and that's what we do. We help companies to organize sport events in general. Sport events can be public, private, so there are different ways, and that's what we are solving. So that's next slide. I think you need to. So our solutions are we split all what we are doing in 4 parts. We are doing mass competitions. We had Riga City Cycling Marathon that we organized. We had Unity Ride and Seagull organized to us, different mass competitions as well. Also, we organize virtual competitions, for example, who will run 10K wherever you are, and who will be the fastest one. And we calculate, we normalize results, and we calculate who is the fastest. Also, distance competitions, you have to stay to the same track, and who will be the fastest on the same track. And the biggest part in what we're doing are the challenges. That's the easiest part for companies, because you can start up the challenge, who will do the most kilometers. And we calculate all of them on the way. Let's continue. So, functionality. We have made a lot of functionality around our product. That's basically why I have the slide in here, so that you can see that we have a lot of functionality there. And also, we support many services, Adidas, Garmin, Polar, Fitbit, that's what we have connected already, and it works. So, target markets. We have split all the markets in 2 parts, primary market and secondary market. Primary market are companies and municipalities, and the second market are professional sport organizers and public virtual event organizers. Primary market is pretty huge. All the companies, there are a lot of companies. If we take out small ones, medium, large, there are 18 million companies, a lot of employees who work currently work remotely, a lot of our employees, and they need some kind of way how to work together, how to do some activities together. And municipalities, that's also a huge market, and we have had many municipalities creating events for their citizens, competing in district who will do the most calories or kilometers. Yeah, I'll talk about that. Competitors. We are not alone, of course. There are competitors in Estonia and Lithuania. There are some bigger competitors like Sport Heroes, Spring. Also, we have put there Strava as our competitor, because Strava thinks that we are their competitor. So that's why we know that we are their competitor, because they're also aggregating the data, but they're aggregating data for the runner. We are aggregating data for the organizer. We are focusing on. Or 5 minutes, all right.
20 seconds.
Okay, so financial summary. We have not already private investor money as convertible loan. I have invested my own money. We have 12 months out of the cash flow, so we are still fine. The bad part, we are currently have 0 recurring revenue, but we are launching the product that we are going to sell on the 1st December. Then we will start. What we're looking for, of course, currently we have a lot of time still until we are out of the cash. So we are thinking about going to new markets, and we are looking for money. We are looking for 1 million currently seed investment that we will spend on launching new markets. new products. We have different good ideas what we want to build and so on. There are milestones. For example, product launch. We are mobile app being developed now. It's launching next year. We are going to new markets. We'll start in Poland because we have relatives living there. And yeah, there are some more milestones going up here. Thank you.
I see that somebody did his homework. Thank you.
Oh, I did.
Yes, you did.
Thank you for your ideas.
Also. So, questions? Are there questions?
Thank you. Sounds like a great product. But sales. So how, first of all, your prospective customers, do they realize they have a problem? How will you convince them that they have a problem? How will you get in front of them? And what's your business model? How are we going to make money from that?
All right, so we are making money from participants. Each participant costs money for company, right? And we can see also now there is Lithuanian company or competitor who is also going now in Latvian market. They're having advertisement all the time in Latvia. So we see that the need is there, right? And how we see sales, we are working with human resource people around the companies, right? And we are targeting human resource in the largest companies.
So direct sales, so you're going to have a salesperson contacting HR?
It's kind of a bit automated process, of course, but yeah, still we are targeting salespersons, we are targeting human resource people around the companies.
And your customer knows they have a problem?
I would say there are some that didn't know that large companies didn't have such events, right? A bit smaller, medium companies in Latvia have had such events, right? And they had Excels, what I was telling. So they were using Excels, and when I hear that this can be automatic way, and they can make a competition department with department, they're excited about that.
Okay, next question, Kirill.
May I ask, how do you see, let's say, your prospective exit or M&A opportunity? You know that on the very early stage, it's ridiculous to ask for a particular answer, but if you could imagine the future of your project and your business, what would be the M&A possibility for you?
The exit, I deeply think in this idea. That's why I'm investing also my money in this idea. And regarding the exit, if I understand the question correctly, right? I'm not seeing myself as exiting. Of course, I see that the company will grow, and the value of the company valuation will grow, of course. But of course, we will see that in reality after we launch the product. There will be some time frame. If we grow, then we can look for more money, of course, right? And that's why I'm here. I'm presenting the idea. We have recurring revenue, recurring zero. That's of course bad, and you're not going, I think, to invest in me. But maybe in a few months it will change.
Well, thank you. To give you a brief remark, it's not the, let's say, it's not a question for investment session, but for understanding what we are doing all, what startup founders are doing and what angels are investing in, for what reason. All of us are willing that the target company, target startup company will be growing steadily and up to, let's say, not only huge, but major business. So there are only two scenarios for a startup: to become a huge business itself, a huge corporation, like, let's say, Garmin or anything else, yeah, and to be acquired by another corporation, like Runkeeper app or anything. So just, I want to ask you once again, what kind of scenario are more, let's say, viable for you, for your business and for its development? What's the goal?
Correct. That's a good question. I have thought about this, but I don't have answer to you now, because of course those are two scenarios. Either we grow alone, either we get somebody who buys us, right? I'm ready for both scenarios. Of course, I'm open to that, and let's see how it goes. You know?
I see that Online Leaves is asking, What's the cooperation you currently have with government, Fitbit, etc. like? What's their motivation?
All right. What's their motivation? Because, for example, the last service that we added was Adidas running, and they wanted to. They also have challenges in their platform, but they wanted. We wanted to cooperate with them, and they agreed to cooperate because, of course, we are saying that they can use Adidas app to gain those kilometers, right? And they get a bigger user base, and that's why they agree with that. And yeah, what's their motivation? I think we need to ask them, but at least currently we don't have problem with that. We have problem with Strava. So Strava. We started with Strava, right? Because Strava is the biggest app that's being used. But Strava thinks that we are competing them, right? And that's why they said, sorry, we are not going out your data. So we are now going away from that and trying to build our own app and build some possible results without them.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. I wanted to clarify a bit.
I don't hear it. Okay, I can hear it. Yeah, now I can hear it.
Okay, can you? Okay, I just wanted to clarify, yeah, because we've been looking at a similar solution. That's, I don't know, I don't think it was listed in the competitors, but I think they have Riga's marathon that they are doing as well, and they also have this kind of calendar and booking option for this type of like endurance competitions. And yeah, it's just, I think big part for them as well was kind of the cooperation, yeah, exactly, with Garmin or Strava to have some sort of relationship, because I think every like more serious sports person has like a Garmin watch or something like that. So I think it's a big part of your product as well, that it can be integrated and you have some sort of cooperation together, and that they are excited about working with you as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's a question. One more question. What is your pricing policy? What is the price of the product? Or how do you want to?
Oh, how do you price? All right.
Yeah.
So there are two scenarios regarding pricing. And if we are looking at challenges for companies, there is a fee for a participant. That's one part. And if we're looking at bigger, for example, virtual competitions, I think we all have seen in LinkedIn advertisement that you can pay, you can run, and you will get medal for something. That was Inquirer or something like that, right? We can also be a backend platform for such events, and then we will take a percentage from the transaction, because we have integrated also Stripe in our platform. And there's cool integration possibility that you can sit in the middle but not get the money. The money goes to the Stripe, and we get the percentage from the transaction. That works real cool.
Okay, Agris, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
The next startup I'm going to ask on the stage is Metalang and Aleksei. Metalang sells a subscription. Instead of hiring a seller of your product, you buy a subscription, under which Metalang bridges the seller, the language, the culture of the country that you want to penetrate with your business.
Yeah. Sorry. Hello everyone. Yeah, Metalang is a digital assistant for the international activities when you penetrate new markets. And we assist founders, BDM, sales manager to make the market exploration faster and more efficient. It doesn't work, unfortunately.
You need to click
You need to point it in the computer.
No, but
on the middle side.
Yeah, but still you need to activate the PDF. You need to click on the PDF so that click on there. Just click on it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why it is so painful for all the sales team when there's challenge to go to the new market, to Brazil, to Indonesia, to China, to United Arab Emirates, because you need to hire a new team. You need to connect with new culture, new call habits, new customer behavior, and of course you need to do new market fit. Your product needs to be localized up to the new client behaviors. And there is what? How does it work? And there is a standard process of the new market penetration, the decision to go to the market, exploring the market, change the product, localization of product, localization of sales, and first sales. And only after it, the B2B company, SMB company, this is our target audience, decides open office, hire representative, or do something system stuff on the new market. And to go to this point, to go to market or not to go to market, the average process takes from 9 to 12 months on the average company. It may be faster, but it may take more. And the Metalang helps to do all the stuff except changing the product. When you do not localize product, you know the company localized, they focus on localizing product, we are localizing sales. And we help to explore market, to data mine, to connect with potential customers. We adopt the materials, adopt decks, adopt sales kits, and we assist on the negotiations. We make cultural consulting, we make interpreting, and helps to make messaging more efficient, and the conversion of the activities, wow.
Did you push too many buttons?
Yeah, maybe.
Page 16. Which page you want?
I want this page. Yeah, and we make the pipeline of the activities better. In each step, the conversion rates. And now we have 5 paying clients from 4 countries, and we mix the culture, language, and technology. Yeah. And we're focused on the markets of United Arab Emirates, Germany, and Turkey now. This is our focus in markets to help to our customers. Which
you point either here or there.
Here, yeah. Okay.
If you push it lightly, one button.
I push one button, but yeah. I push once. Yeah. That's why maybe I'm focused now. Maybe. But it's control that.
What is that?
So we're focusing on the markets of B2B companies, SMB companies, and the companies who connected with, firstly, we thought it will be IT companies, but now we're more focused on the simple commodities companies and companies connected with food. This is my new strategy to downside the complexity of the product, to make it understandable for the simpler clients. So we have, I think, huge market. We have a lot of competitors on this market. Can we do the next slide? A lot of competitors on this market the competitors who focusing on the translations, competitors who focus on more on business consulting, but our main competitors is the local marketing agencies, global consulting agencies from Big Four, and hiring the new personnel. Usually companies hiring somebody in the new market before answering the question, are the market feasible for them or not? And it costs a lot. And we help them to do it not so costly, more efficient, and systematically do with several markets simultaneously. The next slide after it. Please, if you can help me. Yeah, we have a simple subscription model. Thank you. We have a simple subscription model. The subscription per market. Yeah, if you're testing several markets simultaneously, you pay 500 or 1,000 per market. Yeah, 3 times, for example.
Maybe I change the slides. And
Yeah. So we have the team. Yeah. So our team now is a team of 4. Yeah. We have 2 co-founders and 2 full-time employees, and this. 4 directions: sales, operations, product management, and investments. Yeah, and we would like co-founder sharing responsibility for all these 4. And the next slide. Now we're raising the proceeds, 250. So we want our bottleneck now is automatic clients onboarding, because now I'm selling by my hands. As I know, everybody who sells globally have this headache, and I can sell them. But this is really the bottleneck to grow faster. We need to do it automatically. So this is all. I'm ready for your questions.
Great. Let me start, please. Let's switch to the previous slide. That's the second time I'm hearing pitch from Aleksei, and you did a great progress. But once again, some questions I asked you on the previous pitch session is still not answered nor in your pitch nor in your deck. First of all, what's your expenses for obtaining new clients? What's your customer acquisition cost? And how do you advertise your services for clients? What's the conversion rate from cold email, from warm call, from negotiations to the contract? So please outline your whole sales cycle.
Yeah, last time we ended that my numbers were bad, were bad results. And now I understand that I have no enough statistic to show these numbers here. Yeah, all my sales now is sale with from my really big network and the network of my partner, and some conferences and so. We are not using marketing. We know that we can use LinkedIn, but now we're selling by our hands. So all the numbers that you saw on our meeting, I think we are really not ready to show these numbers. They all will be from our head. So we need to sell more. We need to test some marketing instruments to be sure to tell you these numbers.
Thank you, Aleksei. Any more questions from the audience? Meeting.
Thank you, Aleksei. What was your typical client, do you think?
Before September, I thought this is an IT company with sales team from 1 to 5 persons, yeah, and it was good. We have good negotiations. But after I visited Uzbekistan in September, I have 1 paying client now from 5 in pipeline from 10 meetings. And these companies who export, for example, pumpkins or some food stuff. This is really simple businesses who wants to import export from, for example, Central Asia countries to Europe, to Poland, the coal from Kyrgyzia to Poland, and this client seems to me more scalable than IT companies. But now we're working with two segments.
Any more questions? We'll give it a card.
In 2 sentences, please. What is your product?
Marketplace with personalized roadmap for every client.
Is it an application?
Application, yeah.
Okay, it's an app. Okay.
In this marketplace, who are the participants, let's say? We understand companies, exporting companies are on one side, on the other side are who?
Local experts, local penetrators, the persons who are maybe our competitors, but for them easier to work with our platform, not directly with clients.
In pipeline, you have 10 clients, only 10 clients.
No, Uzbekistan pipeline. From my visit of Uzbekistan in September, 5 days, I have 10 meetings and pipeline of 5.
And conversion rate?
One paying client now I have from this opportunity. Yeah.
And other countries?
I have 2 clients from Latvia, 1 client from Poland, 1 client from Germany.
And in pipeline?
I think in pipeline we have 80 companies now.
8 companies?
80.
80. And 80 companies, only 80 companies, and you need automatically onboarding?
Yeah, we need automatic onboarding because onboarding
take phone and call.
But we need we want to have not 80 but 8,000 companies after New Year, for example, and we can do it because everybody have this headache. But if I start marketing, if I start lead gen, I cannot serve for them all of them in private calls because I need to at least 2 calls. I need 2 calls, to make sales. And this is a lot of time.
Thank you. Thank you. So the last startup coming is a bit of a science engineering startup. I have heard their pitch before, although Andrii doesn't know that, but I have been following you. So it's Andrii, Shekhirev, Enzymity, and Enzymity is engineering enzymes that break down plastic waste to reusable raw materials. They use genetically modified microbes to produce custom active proteins, enzymes that break down plastic into constituent components. So basically, you break down the plastic and then you can make some more plastic.
Right, I mean, that's half of my pitch, thank you. Maybe you can set up the slides first. Sorry?
Elevator pitch, remember, 30
Yes,
seconds.
Can I ask you to press Control L for better experience with the Google Suite?
And then we can put the...
Bravo. The first one. The shortcut.
And now, should I point at this thing? Yes.
No.
Not going back. All right.
You can just tell me.
I'll just go forward.
Yeah.
So thanks to LatBAN and LIAA for the invite. Really happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen, both those joining online. So I'm here on behalf of Enzymity, and as mentioned, what we're doing is basically building a biologic platform for true plastic circularity. So before I get into the details, here's the old news, very quickly. More than 90% of today's new plastic is still made from fossil fuels, despite millions of tons of plastic waste generated each year and billions more already lying in the landfills and floating around in the oceans. So our solution to this mess, our part of the solution, is enzymatic biorecycling, which basically means breaking down plastic waste with the help of nature-inspired active proteins, or enzymes. that we're engineering for efficiency and scale. The resulting monomers can be retrieved and used to create new high-quality plastic. Again and again and again, potentially infinite loop. So what about the existing plastic recycling? Let's try this. Yes. All of it is currently mechanical, which basically means that plastic waste is being simply remolten into lower quality, lower value products with some serious environmental risks along the way. Enzymes, in turn, are highly selective, which means less pre-processing for the incoming waste, and they work at close to room temperatures, which means much lower energy demands, and as a bonus, considerably lower emissions compared to virgin plastic production from oil and gas, while maintaining the same level of quality as the virgin plastic throughout the process. In contrast to most of our awesome colleagues, competition, we are mostly focusing on the platform approach, which means that we are developing a suite of tools and methods to engineer a number of enzymes, not just one enzyme for different types of plastic, them being quite selective, acting on a specific plastic type each. This will allow us to create a portfolio of enzymes to be able to successfully recover mixed waste, mixed plastic and mixed material waste, which is kind of the holy grail of recycling. So, can you roll back? More? And 1, 2, this one. Yeah. This one, thank you. There's like a fonted middle of the presentation. So the platform itself consists of two basic parts. One is digital, meaning that we're using a suite of mostly machine learning models to help us navigate the vast variance space for a given enzyme. And then we synthesize the best candidates using synthetic biology methods. We test them on plastic, and we use that data and feed it back into the model to fuel the next iteration cycle, and that's how the enzymes get better with each cycle. So right now, as a proof of concept for the model, we're working on a couple of enzymes. One is for PET, which is the thing that is widely used in the packaging, one of the most popular plastics in the world. Polyurethane, which is more of a niche plastic, but a big kind of headache for a lot of recyclers. It's the thing they make mattresses from. And also cellulose, which is not an artificial polymer, but a natural one. And we use it as a benchmark to make sure that our models are not overfitted and we can use them on different types of polymers and plastics. Yes. The platform itself is going to be kept a trade secret to avoid any backward engineering problems down the road, while the individual enzymes are going to be patented to serve as the basis for the business licensing model, which is to say that we're going to license the technology to specific companies, to our clients, leaving the fixed asset deployment mostly to them, to stay nimble and to stay a technology company. The clients being plastic recyclers, of course, but also plastic producers and chemical companies. Our go-to-market strategy starts with technology demos to select industrial partners at the beginning of next year to eliminate as much of market risk as possible early on. And the next probably 1.5 years, are realistically going to be spent on technology scaling to make sure that it works not only in lab scale but also on ton scale. And from 2024, optimistically, or 2025 realistically, onwards, we expect revenue expansion based on the tech licensing business model with a fixed and recurring revenue component. So zooming back in on the first step, we're currently in talks with some of the big recyclers in the Nordics, some of the biggest chemical multinationals, as well as some consumer brands for technology demos, which are again planned for the beginning of next year. And based on that, we're going to be raising our first proper equity round. So far, we've been mostly financed by a mix of grants and acceleration money. There is some interest from investors and some soft commitments, for example, from Bildet and IIT New Energy. So just to recap, we are a Riga-based team combining business, biotech, and sustainability expertise, and we're building a platform to create enzymes that turn plastic waste into valuable raw materials for new high-quality plastic. Thank you for your attention. I'll be glad to take your questions.
At what TRL level your technology is being developed?
So right now it's around 5-6 TRL, and after the next round we're planning to get it to 7-ish.
Do you have any facilities here in Latvia where you develop your technology, you test them, prototypes?
Yeah, it's a small lab here in Riga.
And the industrial scaling, do you plan to do it with your clients?
Yes, so we strategically want to partner with large companies from the earlier stages. First, need to have first clients already with us from the beginning, even before we have the final kind of process and product. And also because they have the expertise that we don't, so they know the market, they know what they want, right? And they know what kind of, first of all, what kind of inputs they have, so the plastic waste, but also what kind of outputs they want to get, meaning the chemicals and consumer companies want specific conditions and types of plastic.
But if you are TRL 4 or 5, that means that the technology is still not verified. It can succeed, or theoretically it can fail.
We are in the process of de-risking that, so yeah, we're verifying the technology right now, and definitely if we were on TRL 7, we would be raising a different equity round right now. So that's basically correct.
What makes you think that your technology will be working? What's behind that?
So it's twofold. First of all, if we speak about our specific progress, we do have enzymes that work on plastic. They're not yet as speedy as we want them to be. So the two main parameters that we're optimizing in an enzyme is kinetics, meaning speed, how fast it works, which is the main factor in the price of the output, and also the stability, which is how tolerant it is to temperature and pH swings. And those two things we are optimizing at the same time. And we see that the progress is there, but we still need a couple of more iterations to get to a point where we get an enzyme that's worth kind of scaling up, right? And from another perspective, there is a certain competition existing on the market, and there is one company which is currently building a demo plant in France, which is called Carbios, which was on the slide. So that's kind of a validation that this technology is possible at all, right? And there's also a company in Australia which got money for building a pilot plant, which is kind of close into that.
In your presentation, you mentioned that you are going to make the patents, yeah? How far is that?
So we're patenting is quite tricky with biotech, right? Because
I know what is that, but how far in the process of patenting your technology you are?
So we don't have any pending applications right now because we want to patent the variants of the enzymes that we bring to the market. It doesn't really make sense for us to patent right now the intermediate releases, kind of the alpha versions of the enzymes. Otherwise, if you like specifics, we're gonna be starting with a local patent and then expanding it to key countries through the international patent vehicle here.
Any questions online?
Yes, please. May I start with my question? First of all, thank you so much for brilliant presentation. But to be honest, your pitch was looking for us, for the audience, more like a scientific pitch, not like a business one. So could I ask you, from my perspective, your technology and your startup is in the field of interest of different European structures and different European grant programs. Did you apply for EU public money grants, or if not, so what are your plans for doing that or not?
Thank you. That's literally $1 million question. So in terms of audience, yes, you're right. I think, and at the same time, it's really valuable to get feedback, especially in the form of questions and comments from angels specifically, because angels invest their own money, right? So you are most interested in things that are working or are going to work. And I think that's a very valuable mindset that really helps us look at the things that are important. In terms of the funding structure, that's very true that equity biotech funding is really in its nascent phases in Europe as a whole. I'm not speaking even about the CE region, compared, for example, to the US, but also China, even, or Southeast Asia. So right now, of the almost 200,000 euros that we have as funding, it's almost exclusively grants in one or other way provided by the European Union for various vehicles, the biggest one of them being, so half of that money is from the DSR program, which is a Horizon project accelerating startups in circularity field. And of course, we are eyeing more opportunities, so we do have some smaller grants on our radar. We also have an ongoing application to the EIC acceleration program. Right now, we've cleared the first step where they kind of validate you, so we have a green light from a couple of experts, and now we can file a second application, and we are kind of working with a company which helps startups like ourselves work on the applications, because I've also written a couple of EU applications myself, and I know that it's better left to professionals if you want to raise your chances of success. So we are tentatively looking at the next spring batch to apply, and if not for the autumn. So, but in general, yes, of course, we do like non-equity funding as well. Who doesn't? And the accelerator is probably our program of choice at this point.
Okay, so I'm promising you to give you detailed feedback both on your pitch and on your slides, because if we will not provide you with money, we can at least provide you with some valuable advices.
I would say that's more valuable than money. I'm really serious about that.
Thank you so much. And Christian, we can ask our online audience or our guests from venture funds to provide a brief feedback for presenters, for startup founders. What do you think?
For now, there is no questions, but Christian, I don't know where.
She'll come in a second.
If you don't mind, I can start, if possible. Clean tech and zero CO2 emission, it's our focus, and the title of our fund is Tidal Wave. We believe in new technologies and zero CO2 emission, and plastic is a huge problem. And this question was already asked about business, but I understand the market very well, and I need more information about technology, because a lot of brilliant startuppers and entrepreneurs start to research in this field, and nobody can do it. Nobody can do it effectively, and I think it's very perspective, and it's a very early stage, and I want to know much more about technology and your team, because team of your engineers, it's the main question about next 3 or maybe 5 years to deliver the points you mentioned. If it's possible, we can speak together, and maybe I can help you with fundraising and invest from our fund.
Absolutely. So I don't know if I should answer right now, or maybe we can set up.
No. I think we can do it peer to peer. Yeah.
Sorry.
And we can do it peer to peer, and I'll send you a mail and a lot of questions about your technology.
Yes, thank you. Please do. That will be valuable.
Okay.
Questions?
you for your presentation.